So in the last unit is measures of central tendency. Now today I am going to tell you about the next unit, which is unit number 4, unit 4th, and this unit 4th is what? Measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. So what is measures of dispersion? What is dispersion is actually all about? What is the meaning of dispersion? Since this is the first actually class of your that what is measures of dispersion. So now I am going to tell you about why dispersion is very very important, or what is the meaning of dispersion actually. Because that is very important, because there is a limitation of measures of central tendency. If I am talking about the mean, median, mode, there is limitation of the central tendency. Okay, and what is the limitation of central tendency? If I am talking about the average of, if I ask you one question, and the question is what is the average of 1 and 99? Can anyone tell what is the average of two number 1 and 99? The mean of 1 and 99?
Sir, is
It is 50. It is 1 plus 99 divided by 2. So it gives 100 by 2. And if I cut this value, it gives me 50. Okay. And what is the average of 49 and 51? Tell me.
50.
50. Okay. 49 plus 51 divided by 2. It gives 100 by 2. So it gives 50. Wow. Look at the beauty of mathematics. The mean of 1 and 99 is 50. And the mean of 49 and 51 is also 50. But suppose if I ask you which data is more reliable as compared to mean, आप बताइए कौन सा डेटा रिलायबल है, which data is more consistent and reliable?
49 and 51.
49 and 51. Why? Because it is closer to mean. Because it is closer to mean, this data is more consistent and more reliable. Although the mean of both the data is 50, suppose if you are a selector, player A scored in first inning 1 and second inning 99. Player B scored 49 and second inning 51. As a selector, you also pick player B because his more consistent performance. And that is the reason the dispersion comes into the play. Although the mean is same, but look at the deviation. Look at the deviation. Mean, this is mean 50. If you are talking about this data 1 and 99, so 1 is far away from this 50, and 99 also far away from this 50. But the 49 and 51, 49 is just 1 below and 51 is just above. So the scatteredness from this mean, the data from the mean, the variation from the mean in first case is very very high, but in second case very very less. So about the mean position, scatteredness is what, the variation is what, dispersion. How closer your data from the mean, and that is the reason why dispersion comes into the play. Dispersion is actually what? There are so many names comes under this. If dispersion, if anyone asks you what is dispersion, you can say dispersion is what? It can be the variation of data. Variation of data. It can be the scatteredness of data. How much data is scattered of data. What are the deviation of data? Deviation of data. What are the spreading of data? Spread of data. So what are the you can say the deviation, spreadness, scatteredness, variations, and fluctuation. You can also say fluctuation of data. So these are the lateral meaning of dispersion. So dispersion is what if I'm going to define this dispersion? I can say that dispersion is the measures of deviation or variation, or you can say variation of the items. Okay, so dispersion is the measures of deviation of the item, right? Or many definition also for this dispersion is what it is measure of. Dispersion is a measure of the extent to which individual vary. The dispersion is measures of extent to which individuals vary. Okay, so these are actually the basic definition of dispersion, and this is why dispersion comes into play. What are the limitations of central tendency? So now I'm going to tell you about what are the methods of measuring dispersion. Everyone note down the method of measuring dispersions. Methods of measuring dispersion. Methods of measuring dispersion. There are two kinds of measures of dispersion. One is called absolute measures of dispersion. Absolute measures of dispersion. And second one is relative measures of dispersion. Absolute measures of dispersion, and second one is called relative measures of dispersion. In absolute measures of dispersion, there are four things important. The range calculation. Second one is called quartile deviation. Third is mean deviation. And fourth one is standard deviation. And in the relative measures of dispersion, there are again four terms. First one is what? This is the range. So the relative measure of dispersion is coefficient of range. This is quartile deviation. So the next term is in relative measure of dispersion is coefficient of quartile deviation. In absolute measure of dispersion, mean deviation. In relative measure of dispersion, it is called coefficient of mean deviation. Now, in absolute measure of dispersion is standard deviation, but in relative measure of dispersion, it is not called coefficient of standard deviation. It is called coefficient of variance. So when I'm talking about the coefficient is always the ratio. It has no unit. Whereas all these absolute measure of dispersion have the unit in calculation, but in relative measure of dispersion there is no unit because these are the coefficient, these are the ratio, so there is no unit. So here we will get unit quantity, and here we will get dimensionless or unitless quantity. Relative measure of dispersion, the important thing in relative measure of dispersion, it is used to actually comparison of data. It is used for comparing of data. Okay, so please note down all this chart. Then I'll start the first one, which is range and coefficient of range. The first one, range and coefficient of range. Once you get inform to me, or by chat you can tell that whether you done or not.